Thank you, everyone, for coming. If we could get started, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. My name's Bill McCann, former state rep here in Dover, and I'm very happy to be here today and have the privilege of introducing to you someone who I think will make a tremendous candidate for president. He has a record that would make any Democrat proud. He's in the tradition of FDR and JFK, caring about people, caring about working people, caring about poor people. He's worked hard in the Senate, and before then, when he was a trial lawyer, he represented people who needed help to take on the big corporations in this country. And he's someone who I believe will be able to take it to the Republicans next year and be successful. So not only will we elect him president, but we'll continue our Democratic majority in New Hampshire, and will perhaps, I believe, rid New Hampshire of one Republican U.S. Senator, Mr. Sununu. So, I think this man is who we need in order to help us and our fellow citizens here in New Hampshire and our fellow citizens around the country. So it is my distinct privilege to introduce to you the next President of the United States, John Edwards.
Thank you, Bill, very much. Thank all of you for coming. Very happy to be here with you. Let me tell you first, on a personal note, Elizabeth's doing great. She actually has been in New Hampshire the last day campaigning. She's in Chicago right now. I had this, Elizabeth and I both had this experience this past week of riding in this bicycle thing, and I rode with Lance Armstrong, and who we've gotten to know for a number of reasons. And you'll love this. My younger children, Jack and Emma Claire, were there. So we finished riding. My butt is so sore I can barely finish my ride. But we finished riding, and Jack, who's 7, said to me, he said, "So Dad, did Lance ride faster than you?" I said, "No, he rode right beside me, Jack." And then Elizabeth chimes in, "But Jack, that's because he chose to." Thank you, Elizabeth. Anyway, I think we have, I'm going to talk for just a few minutes, and then I'm going to spend time taking questions. Let me say some few basic things. My view is that Washington is broken, that the system there is rigged. It's rigged against you. It's rigged on behalf of big insurance companies, big drug companies, big oil companies. These people run your government, just in case you don't know. And we have got to take them on, because I believe so strongly that we need big change in this country. I mean big, serious change, not small change. And we will never bring about this change without taking on these entrenched interests. Now, there are some people who believe, there are some people who would say the way to do this is to sit at the table with them and negotiate. I think that is a complete fantasy. The idea that these people are going to give away the power that they've had for decades, they have billions of dollars invested in keeping the power that they have now. They are never going to give it away voluntarily. It will not happen. We have to take them on head on and take back the government on behalf of you. That's what needs to be done. And we have to beat these people. I'm actually proud of the fact that for most of my life I've been fighting those battles and beating these people constantly. But that's what it will take to bring about the change that this country needs. And I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in trading one group of insiders for a different group of insiders. That's the last thing we need. This government doesn't belong to that inside crowd in Washington. It belongs to you. And I just want to make a comment that's a little controversial, but also I'll warn you in advance. But I believe it. I think the last thing we need when we're having to take on these powerful interests to bring about the change in this country. The last thing we need are two Democratic presidential candidates fighting with each other instead of fighting for the change that we need in the country.